Happy Aloha Friday, everyone, and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. Yeah, there's a lot to be excited about today, other than the fact that it's Aloha Friday. We made it to another week, but that's because youth sports is back. Yesterday, I was blessed to be part of the press conference with Mayor Blangiardi, which he announced his amendments to Tier 3. We're gonna talk more about that in today's show, and I know you're probably wondering, what is that on your face? Well, look, I may or may not have came straight from the beach, or I may or may not be going right to the beach after this because I'm excited. This is my game face because it's game time because sports are back. Look, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. All right, first off, I want to thank Mayor Blangiardi for making these amendments. I want to thank Councilwoman Andrea Tupola for spearheading this thing and having me be part of the Safe Sports Hawaii movement, in which we started back in January. We've been battling, we've been going at it, we've been fighting for our keiki and their futures in sports. And so yesterday, to have been part of this press conference for this huge day, it was a huge win for us. I'm just thankful to have been asked and was given the okay to be there. So with that, I want you guys to take a look at what we did yesterday. I'm here at the Honolulu Hale, and I am about to walk into the mayor's office. We're doing a press conference as the mayor is talking about amending Tier 3. And one of the amendments is the start of sports. Something we've been working extremely hard for, myself and Councilwoman Andrea Tupola with the Safe Sports Hawaii movement, which started back in January. So that time has come. All the hard work, all the meetings, that is about to come to fruition right now. So I'm about to head upstairs. We're gonna head into this press conference and hear this amazing, amazing news. Let's go.
The public is looking for us to do is learn, adapt, and then address the needs of the community. And that's what we need to be doing constantly, is because the needs are changing and we need to quickly adapt and be able to provide a path of advocacy. So I guess the main message of what I'm sharing here today is, one, that all of the approvals have now been sought and the guidelines are there. Sports can be played safely. Do you need to go through the guidelines? Sure. You can in-service the athletic directors, the teachers, because as we saw in other states, it's not just about us getting out there, but familiarizing everyone with what the new protocols are going to be.
I have lived where these athletes are right now, and I've been thinking about this a lot. They have gone through probably the longest off-season of life. You know, sports, the saying goes, championships are won in the off-season. I know that, I've lived that, I've been there. The off-season is where we grind, it's where we dig deeper. It's where our patience gets tested. It's where it gets strengthened, right? How? Well, as soon as the season's done, we're looking forward to that next game, that next season to start. And these athletes, you athletes, this message is for you. I just want to commend you for enduring the longest offseason that you've ever been through. You're more prepared. Your patience is strong. Your discipline is better than ever. And I am so excited to hear this news. I was trying to contain myself on the side here. I feel like it's game time. The season is here. You guys now have a date. And I know you all have been working extremely hard through this pandemic, through the ups and downs, the questions, when, but I've witnessed. I've got a son, I've got 2 daughters. I've witnessed them continue to work, to persevere through, to stay true and believe that with our leadership, things will get changed, and here we are.
I gotta go, but so in '69 I had the privilege of being with the Redskins in 1960. That's from the first page of our playbook. And that was to be able to take a picture of Lombardi like that. I had a great one of he and I on the field together, arm in arm.
That is amazing.
And, yeah.
Wow, what a blessing.
Of a 50-foot statue outside of Mexico City called the Revolutionary. They didn't name it after Zapata. It's called, this is the artist's proof. But this is what he was famous for. What this says in Spanish is, I would rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Which is the cry of the revolutionary. Right?
Wow.
You're not gonna, you don't give in, you don't get subordinated like that. So I keep.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, it's even though it's in Spanish, I know what it says.
No, yeah, you know what I mean. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. So I ran for mayor at 73 years of age. I'm now 74. Everybody said, "Well, you're crazy. You just don't stop."
No, you don't stop. But athletes. That's the athlete mindset.
Yeah.
Right. And I think only athletes understand that.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
what it is.
So there was a great line written. I'm going to give you the excerpt. It was a paragraph on servant leadership. It was excerpted from a play written by the great Irish playwright named George Bernard Shaw in 1903. Now, the reason why I point that out is 1903. So in this paragraph, he talks about serving the community. And he says, the harder I work, the more I live, the more I love. And then he said something, when I read it, it stayed with me probably for more than 30 years. He simply says, the harder I work, the more I live, the more I love, because I want to be thoroughly used up when I die. Okay? And those words stuck with me, Chad. Okay, I leave nothing. We used to tell the kids,
thoroughly used up
when I die. Okay? Yeah, leave nothing. I know that you can relate to a thing like that. I used to tell the kids when we were coaching, what you give is what you keep, and what you save is what you lose. Leave nothing.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Really do. And I appreciate all the work that you've done. And
Oh, well, we're just getting
keep
started.
it back. Yeah, we're just getting started. That's the thing. Man. All right. Joining me here today is Councilwoman Andrea Tupola. Andrea, we just had some amazing news. The mayor amended Tier 3. Sports is a goal. So, first of all, I know we've been working hard on this. How excited are you? And what exactly does that mean with the news we just heard?
Well, I think that we've been working hard on this because from the onset of 2020, there was all kinds of setbacks. In March of 2020, sports gets canceled, seasons gets canceled, graduations, proms, everything. And so no one was really keeping an eye on our youth. Like, how are they doing? And how is this modified senior year for some of these kids been changed dramatically? Scholarships lost, the path of maybe you were number 1 at tennis and now you're number 95 because you haven't competed, you don't have film. So Chad and I attuned to that, early in 2021, and we were like, this has to change. But it's difficult because, who changes the tier system? So I had to navigate a path and then basically bring the community along with me because there was no clear-cut path. We had to kind of cut the path.
Yeah, it's like when you go approaching games, you have no game plan. There's no way you can be successful. So working together, working alongside you with Safe Sports Hawaii, we sort of created a game plan, the path for them to follow, which gave them the confidence to be able to make these changes. And today was that day. April 12th is what I said is game day. But that's April 12th, but what can they start doing immediately?
Well, and I think that April 12th is just going to be the start of the use of city facilities. But as of March 5th, the superintendent has already said that the DOE is a go. So if you're doing face-to-face learning, if you fall within the criteria of their guidelines, you can start having games, practicing using DOE facilities. So we need to be mindful that some of those benchmarks have been set. HHSAA already said on January 2nd, leagues are a go. Then the Department of Health on February 10th said, now you're a go. Return to youth sports guidelines is out there. So I think everything that needed to happen happened. So today we have the cognizance that guidelines are there, sports are safe. Let's go.
Let's go. So that is it. Like, it is a go. So I don't think there should be any other questions.
Yep.
It is a go. So if you're a sports team, a sports league, clubs, hey, go get your permits right now. Start applying for your permits. Let's get these kids back practicing, competing, playing. And in the high school levels, it's a go.
Yep.
Use the facilities. Get prepared. Let's get football going. Let's get all the sports going. Get it in with no hesitation, no worry, because it is a go. So look, Councilmember Tupola, thank you so much for your hard work. And thank you, the community, everyone that was involved. We had 400 plus, almost 500 people that attended our very first Zoom call, which was
January 8th.
January 8th. That was crazy, but that just showed the support that we had. And, you know, with the leadership of yourself and your team and all of you who were in on this, we won. We won in March, but now we're really winning and our kids are winning. And with that, I just want to reiterate one thing, the guidelines, right, with the spectators. Let's really put our kids first. There's no spectators at these events, so put our kids first, put your kids first, and let's make this a success.
Gee.
Great job.
Woo.
All right, and in some UH sports, unfortunately, our UH men's basketball team season is done. They lost 62-52 against UC Riverside in the first round of the Big West tourney up there in Vegas. Look, yeah, the season's over, but it's still a big win. Why? Because we were able to have a season, right? In the midst of all of this, there was a season, so I know you guys are taking that as a victory. Yeah, we want to win the tournament. We want to go on to the NCAA tourney. That's the ultimate goal, but at least we're able to salvage a season and play some games. So to me, that's a win. Congrats on the season. And now we get to hit the off season, prepare properly, and get ready for next year's bigger and better run. Moving on down here, our UH men's volleyball team remain undefeated as they beat number 3 ranked UC Santa Barbara. And our UH men's baseball team opens up a 4-game stand against UH Hilo starting tonight. And then they got a double header tomorrow. So good luck to you guys. To dive in a little deeper into those stories, make sure you guys check out the sports section in the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. And that is it for today's show. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And I want to say thank you so much again to Mayor Blangiardi and Councilwoman Andrea Tupola for all your leadership and effort in getting sports back. Guys, it is game time. I hope you guys are ready. Coaches, I hope you're ready. Go get them permits for the park. They are eagerly waiting for your applications because they want sports. They want to see sports back in these parks, in these fields. So let's go. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all on Monday.